2012 Chevy Equinox. This car was in a front-end collision, and after the body work was done, this car started having a problem with the AC. Basically, it would leak out after a couple of weeks, and they'll have to recharge it again. Now, it was prior to accident, the system did not have any leaks at all. So every time I have a car like this, I always want to check what was done during the repair of the vehicle. As you can see, the front end is all new. The condenser, AC lines are not, but the condenser is, and the radiator and the brackets and all that. So what I've done a couple days ago, I filled the system with a UV dye, and I have found a leak right in this area where the AC line hooks to the condenser. I'm going to turn the lights off, and I'm going to use a UV light to see the leak. Okay, and see how the camera is going to pick it up. This is the front, this is the upper one, that's okay, but down on the lower one, you can see that you can see how much reflection we have from the UV dye. And now let's see if we can use the refrigerant leak detector to find this leak. I have a TechMate. This is a pretty good one, and let's see if it's going to react to anything at all. A little bit. I'm just gonna go now to a more lower setting. It's kind of more sensitive to refrigerant. Not much at all. Just go right in where the O-ring is. See here, pretty much the same. So it really did not pick up much at all. So let's go ahead and use the soap and see if we can find any bubbles in this area. Okay, I got my my bottle. I'm going to spray this thoroughly. And you'll find when you're looking at the AC leak, you always want to check these. Whenever you have O-rings, that's the potential leak. But it's nothing. I can't see anything that bubbles at all. And again, it's a very small leak. It takes a couple of weeks for refrigerant to leak out, and it seems like for the small leaks, the UV dye is still the best way to go. I mean, that should. I mean, the system is still under pressure. There's plenty of pressure in it, so that should be able to see some kind of leak with the foam. Maybe that, just a little bit, but not. Nope. Nope. This side. Don't see anything at all. Kind of disappointed, to be honest. I thought at least the foam would work. I mean, it does work on larger leaks, but on these very small leaks, you really can't see it much at all unless you use a UV dye. Alright, well, this one will have to go back to the body shop, and they'll have to redo this again and fix it up. So I don't think it's the condenser. It's just this O-ring is here. It's not, you know, I sometimes when you're using the aftermarket, it's not bent. These connectors, they look fine, but once you start putting your lines in, they can be just slightly offset, and it really gets frustrating to fit these hoses in it. And yeah, I mean, everything looks fine, but it still leaks. So, alright guys, just a little reminder, you know, when you cannot find a leak, when you cannot find an obvious leak, you just have to use a UV dye, and you'll be able to see it. Now, what I use is this UV light. This is I got it off of eBay, and I'll leave a link in the description. It really puts up a lot of light, and the reason I like it is that it doesn't get hot, and it's just really you know, very nice. You don't even have to have glasses on to see the reflection of the UV dye at all. I mean, it puts up so much light, it's easy to see, and you can see on the camera as well. So, alright guys, well, that's it. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.